Hi everyone, this is another video on the MIS system for adding paper to your database. This would be your Highbrights or your newsprints or whatever it might be. So in the bottom left there's a button that says go to paper. That's the one we're going to click on and interact with that layout. So this layout, right now we have no records in this database. So the first thing we have to do is create a new record, which is we just did, one of one, and now it's in a state of active. There's no data in it, but it's active. I want you to know that as you're going through time, if you have a paper type that you don't use anymore, we don't want it to be deleted. We want it to be marked inactive, and that way anything that's done in the historical past still has a record associated to it for the paper that was used. So the paper code is just a code for specifically the whatever you use to recognize what that paper is. It's going to be showing up in drop-down names and so on, so you don't want it to be too long. I'm going to give you an example of what has been used in the past. 30-inch NP for 30-inch newsprint. The code for quoting, this would be what a publisher or a client would see, because 30 NP doesn't make a lot of sense to them. And I'm saying 15-inch newsprint because the size of it is, a half web is 15 inches, or the folded aspect of it is 15 inches. The grade here is newsprint, your choice between newsprint or Highbright. The grams, so if you were used to pounds, 27.6 or 27.7 would be the same as 45 gram. It should be written on your roll what it is. The paper width, in this instance, we can write in inches because there's a converter over to millimeters, which is what we would need. So you have 30 inches, and the cutoff at the Sierra Vista Herald is 21.75 inches. Not all presses are 21.75, but the Herald is. So this gives us a sheet area meters squared, and this is used for calculating how much paper we used in any given job. Our average rolls, and this is per metric ton, so 0.468. That's almost half a ton per roll. This would be an average of, so when you get a load of paper in, if there's 40 rolls on it and it's 20 tons, then you would want to divide the 20 tons into the 40 rolls to get what you would have. And if you did that, you'd come up with close to half a ton per roll. We also have a section down here which is default paper. There can only be one default paper, and since this is the only record, we'll click on it, pretty easy. But if you had two, it would choose, do you really want to choose this as your default paper type? The default paper type is what shows up in your drop-down menus as the first one in the list, or the first one that gets selected. You can always unchoose it, but it's just the default. Press selection, if you have more than one press, you would, and this paper is associated to a specific press, that you'd want to put in default press. We have some instances where there could be a sheet fed press, so it would be a different paper code, it would be a different calculation in regards to what we're doing, and it would be a secondary sheet fed press. But that's how you add paper to your database. Thank you very much. Talk to you again.